Then there was the Great Emu War of 1932.
Great Emu War.
Emu. You know, the emu looks like an ostrich.
It's a commercial. What's the one, the insurance with the...
is that Liberty Mutual or something?
Something like that, yeah.
So Australian farmers faced an emu invasion. And soldiers from the Australian Army, this is 1932, yes, were sent to combat them.
Really?
Yes, and it didn't work. The emus won.
Welcome to Podpinions, where the world's on fire and we show up like it's a backyard barbecue. Politicians roasted, woke trends torched. Common sense, we've got you covered.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Podpinions.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Bruce. And what number are we on now?
15.
15.
Can you imagine?
15.
I can't believe it.
I know.
And we want to thank you guys for watching us and liking us.
Yeah.
If you have any comments, just put them in the bottom there.
Yeah.
Or you can email us through the website.
Yeah, we've been keeping the crew busy, so we haven't got to answer them all, but we're going to start doing that. So we appreciate it. We see it, and we'll get back to you on the answers, but or the submissions, I guess you would say. So.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So the first one, getting back to the last episode, we were talking about insects and bugs. Well, actually, a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're talking about why we're not seeing any more bats and insects as much as we used to.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we had a couple of theories I said about the waves, the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all that stuff, and then
cell towers and
cell towers, and then we had comments on insecticides and stuff like that. So
well, according to the interwebs, thank you, Al Gore.
Thank you, Al.
A lot of the declining populations of insects and bats are driven by a complex interplay of human-induced factors. So it's our fault, right? Habitat loss and degradation.
Mm-hmm.
So changes in land use due to urbanization, industrial agriculture, and degradation from pollution and invasive species are widely considered the most influential factors.
Okay.
So you just take this area. It's getting so built up, it's unbelievable. I mean, they clear-cut like almost 4,000 acres to put in a solar farm.
That's right. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Right.
Right at the base of Camelback Mountain in Tannersville.
Yep.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
And what's that for? Like,
is anybody's electric bill going to go down?
I doubt it.
Probably go up from heaven to.
But yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that. They clear cut that. They stuck in like a water park, right? That completely wiped out. Yeah. I don't know how many.
Plus all the other, businesses and building and
just along the one where I live there.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That whole area is getting rebuilt. They put up a 1 million square foot warehouse, completely wiped out, acreage and acreage of forest.
Yeah, that's true. It used to be, originally it was a golf course, and then it turned into I think a ATV park or something like that for a while.
But still, like that whole area over there, they just completely destroyed it.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. And then pesticide use. So the widespread of use of pesticides in agriculture for controlling pests in homes and gardens significantly reduces the bug population. And then the bats eat the bugs.
So I'm sure that has something to do with the decline in the bee population, too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's been a hot topic
in
certain circles about the bees pollinating and what happens if they disappear.
Right. Then you're not going to pollinate the vegetables and whatnot.
Right.
Climate change, so shifting seasons and extreme weather events such as heat waves and droughts can disrupt the insect life cycles and can lead to mismatches between the timing of insect emergence and plant flowering, impacting food availability.
So get back to climate change. Huh?
Yeah, well, take a look at this summer here in Northeast PA, right? Northeast Pennsylvania, we had rain for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Right. But there's normally growing up, if you had a really wet spring, there was mosquitoes everywhere.
Right.
And I don't remember. I think I saw 4 or 5 mosquitoes.
Come over by my house. It's like, but we're in a swamp.
Right.
In a lake.
That's true.
There's a lake and,
Yeah.
a light pollution. Artificial light at night can disorient night-flying insects,
Okay.
disrupting their mating behavior, foraging and migration, ultimately leading to population declines. So the bats, same problem, right? If there's no insects, the bats fly at night and kaput.
So there's no food for the
Right.
bats.
So habitat loss and fragmentation, destruction of their natural habitats, like we're talking about all this building that's going on. And then including forest caves, abandoned mines that they use for roosting and foraging, that's a major threat to the bats.
Okay.
And disease, this one I did not know about. There's a thing called white nose syndrome caused by a cold-loving fungus, has decimated bat populations in North America by waking them during hibernation when their insect prey is unavailable, leading to starvation.
Wow. Huh.
And then wind turbines.
Right. Yes.
I mean, you look up at like towards Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area, up on top of the mountains, there's like all these wind turbines.
You get birds that fly by them and they drop over. Yeah.
Right.
Just
And
from the waves or whatever.
Well, and collisions with wind turbines kill millions of bats annually, particularly migratory tree roosting species. I did not know bats migrated.
No. Well, I guess.
I thought they hibernated, but I didn't know they migrated.
Right.
So, and then this is probably what you're talking about, the lung damage caused by the rapid pressure changes in their turbine blades. Who knew?
Right.
Right. And then.
Well, there was a thing President brought up about, I think it was about the whales also.
Oh, yeah. The wind turbines out in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's messing up their radar. Their sonar.
Right. So it's got to be a combination of multiple things.
Yeah. And then
where's
again,
Greenpeace?
Yeah, right. Yeah, whatever happened to Greenpeace?
Yeah, that's a where did they go moment.
Good point.
Right?
Yeah,
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, something come up and I'm like, shouldn't Greenpeace be on this?
They should be screaming from here to hell and back.
Right. And
good point.
It's good reasons.
Oh, absolutely.
But I have no idea where they went.
Silence.
Yeah.
And then climate change, again, it impacts bats by altering the timing of insect availability. So no bugs, no bats.
Right.
And plus the intensity of extreme weather events like heat waves and storms and all that. And again, we had, like this past spring, we went from, here in Pennsylvania, we went from winter to summer. There was like really no spring.
Right. But I think that's kind of like a cycle.
Maybe.
Also. I mean, I remember growing up, it'd be certain summers that were hotter than others.
Yeah. This one was brutal.
Yeah. So probably more so to the insecticides and the
right. So then pesticide use, pesticides, poison
environment
bats.
And
and then it affects them through secondary poisoning using or eating contaminated bugs that have with pesticides. So it's just like one big huge
yeah, we're gonna have to look up Greenpeace for the next
right. But then it goes back to what I was talking about in the last episode about like where I live with the lake, no more tree frogs because the stuff that they're putting in the lake kills the tree frogs. Now, what eats tree frogs? And it's like a big cycle.
Or what do tree frogs eat? I'm sure they eat grubs and
bugs
insects
and mosquitoes.
Yep. So yeah, it's a vicious circle.
Yeah, it's sad. But you're right. Where is Greenpeace?
Yep.
Yeah. All the environmental groups.
Right. Yeah. Not just, I mean, they're the most well known, but I mean, we had remember when they were going to put the throughway there between where the flea market used to be?
Yes.
And that got stopped for a minnow in the creek. A rare minnow, and that got all turned around and stopped, and then the development, or actually the flea market stopped, and they didn't need to bypass anymore, and
There
It
you
just sits there.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's kind of like that Tox Island thing.
Right.
Road to nowhere.
I still can't believe that. I think we talked about that, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, we touched on that. Yeah.
There was another one, another government blunder.
Yep.
So where the Delaware Water Gap National Refuge is, or
Park Service.
Park Service took over from where the Delaware Water Gap is, all the way up to Milford, Pennsylvania. I mean, we're talking, miles and miles along the Delaware River on both sides of the river.
Mm-hmm.
They took towns, there's all these ghost towns now, abandoned homes, camps. It's sad because they were going to build this stupid dam at a place called Tox Island. There's this little island in the middle of the Delaware River for hydroelectric dam.
Mm-hmm.
And the wonderful government never did research or did any engineering and didn't know that there was no bedrock there to build the dam.
We're not talking Flintstones.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I still can't believe that.
Yeah.
That was in the 70s, this started. And these poor people got displaced out of their homes and towns and farms. And
they had everything set to go. And then I guess somebody decided to see if they could actually do it. Yes.
Yeah, how about you try to find out if you can do it first before you go.
And that gets back to government being people. It's not an entity. It's the people that were in charge of that project, or
STOOPID.
So but then it gets washed away and they turn it into a, park, national park.
But you drive that way. I mean, there's a couple restaurants.
They try to make it better for the blunder that they did. But
there's one restaurant we go to. I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head, but they're allowed to stay there as long as family runs it.
Right.
And it's in the middle of the park, national park. But everything around it, driving to it, there's all these abandoned houses.
Right.
And they're falling apart. They don't even keep them up.
Right.
It's really sad.
Yep.
Your tax dollars at work.
That's right. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So what else we got?
Well, Rand Paul was, he re-referred, this is like a month ago, but this is something that, again, it just disappeared. I haven't heard a thing about this since. He re-referred Anthony Fauci back to the Department of Justice to prosecute him for everything that he did with COVID and with Wuhan and all the testing and all that stuff.
And all the backdoor
deals and whatnot. And
funding
nothing has happened.
Yeah.
Zero.
That's going to be very interesting to see what happens there, because
I thought
everything was denied. He went to Congress.
Right. He lied.
No projects or funding or anything like that. And then all of a sudden we find out that
Joey gives him a pardon.
Right. Well,
but it was the auto pen.
Joey's auto pen.
Right. So, but he made a big stink about this. Rand Paul did like a month ago, and we haven't heard a thing since.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's like the other things, the Russia stuff that's finally gotten referred to a grand jury. Hopefully that's still in the works.
Hope so. Or is this Trey Gowdy 2.0 again?
Well, it could be, but I think it's got enough attention that the White House and the powers that be there have to notice it, because at some point, just like we're bringing up, people are going to start saying, hey, what happened to this? So I think it's something that they may want to try and bury, but it's not going to go away. Right now, I think everybody's taking a pause, a breath, because now we're just over 6 months into the administration. And
it feels like it's been 6 years.
And everything that's happened. All you have to do is go to the whitehouse.gov website. I was just on there earlier, and they document everything that they're doing. And they put, the executive orders, and they put different articles up about other things that are going on. May not be necessarily, an executive order, but they have it all documented there. And then they have what they call fact sheets and documentation, where it's like if an executive order was done, and then where they're at with everything. So it's pretty interesting. It's transparent and it's out there. So
no, he's a tyrant.
Oh, that's right. He hides everything.
That's right.
Our democracy is at risk.
Right. Even though we're not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic.
Right. But for instance, the executive order with the transparency in higher education. It just put out a letter this was August 7th. And today I looked it up. So it's the ensuring accountability in higher education. So the memorandum directs the Secretary of Education to revamp the online presentation and data collection of the integrated post-secondary education system. The memorandum instructs the Secretary of Education to expand the scope of the required reporting for institutions' admissions data. So in short, they're going along with these higher education facilities and ensuring that everybody has a fair shot. It's not just a race. It's not just, how much you make. It's going to be based on merit.
Which is the way it should be.
It should be. And if you want to work to get there, you should be able to work to get there. Unfortunately, as we talked about before, not even being able to make change, if our education system is not giving the students the tools to move on, then how can you all of a sudden create, I guess, holes in the admissions to allow these people to get in? The education failed them in the beginning, and then they want to make up for it by letting them in over somebody that's worked hard and, can do the work, actually do the work. And it's not based on race. That's just, you just look at the education systems everywhere now. They used to pinpoint, the inner cities, which that was primarily certain races, but it's spread out all over.
Oh, absolutely.
So
look around here.
Right. And you can't, now it's going to be very difficult to make it a specific race that's being held back because of poor education. And again, it gets back to the government or the local city, how the school boards, what are they doing to promote the students?
Well, I can tell you from secondhand experience, talking to my teacher friends, that most of the time is spent preparing these kids for these state tests. Mm-hmm. So they get the government money.
Right.
And they're
not worried about the regular curriculum.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Right.
So it's kind of sad. I mean,
and it's you can blame the teachers, or you can blame this. It's just a combination of everything.
Yeah, but and
there's good people that want to teach. And
absolutely.
They get around it somehow, and they do make connections with the students, and they're able to certain.
But they're frustrated because they're kind of pigeonholed into this standardized testing thing.
And what are you going to do? You put your life into a career. You went to school, you got your degree, you've done the teaching. Now you're at a certain age. What are you going to do? Just change careers because you're 5-10 years away from retirement or whatever. Right. You're going to
stick it out and hate it.
Well, that's the point. They're forced to stick it out. It's not that they choose to, but they're forced to
But
do
then
it.
I have other teacher friends that are teaching in private schools and love it
Right.
because they're allowed to actually teach.
Right. They're not based off of government supplements. They
Correct.
are, the funding primarily comes from, I'm sure they get some somewhere, but
Well, it's
primarily
mostly tuition.
from tuition, right?
But no, what my point was with the standardized testing, they're still pushing these kids through. They can't even take, they don't even pass these standardized tests, and they're still graduating them.
And then they're surprised that when they leave the school that they don't have any outlook or skills to survive.
Right, exactly.
So it's like, that's the problem. That it's the school system is not teaching anymore.
No, not at all. They haven't for years.
Right. So it's become like I said, it's not every teacher, it's not every administration, but the collective.
Well, that's why Trump
there.
wants to get rid of the Department of Education.
Right.
Is to get rid of this and turn it back to the states and to the
could.
localities to let them do it their way.
Right. You've got people that are working harder to maintain their salaries in these administrative roles than worrying about if the kids can read or write or
Exactly.
count change.
Well, that's my big pet peeve, as you know.
Yes. But that's the reason. And then if you throw in, I just left it. So
You just had a senior moment,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen.
it went poof.
Where did it go? Oh, no, that's a different segment.
Yes, right.
We'll have to put that one in the other segment.
Nice.
Where did Bruce's brain
Yes.
go?
Oh, well, that happens.
You get the idea, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You were telling me, and I didn't believe you, and then you printed this thing out about the nicotine levels in vegetables.
Right. Yes.
This is bizarre. Who knew?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have smoked for 4
Yeah,
years,
right. If you knew, right? So there's a variety of vegetables called nightshade vegetables. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the
Latin genus
scientific
name?
name. But the highest level of nicotine in the vegetable comes from, believe it or not, the eggplant.
See, I never would have guessed this. And here it is, little chart, right?
Yeah, I'll post it up online.
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Yep.
Nicotine levels in common nightshade vegetables.
Yeah.
I honest to God, I never would have guessed this.
Now, of course, it's not as high as like smoking a cigarette
Right.
or nicotine
You don't get that
patches.
nicotine rush.
Right. You'd have to eat quite a few of these vegetables to
But still,
get the same level. Right. Who knew, right? And there's nicotine receptors in your body. So it makes you wonder, like you have, growing up, the thing in our family was potatoes. Now,
Okay.
potatoes is on the
list.
third one down. Eggplant, green tomatoes, potatoes, ripe tomatoes, green bell peppers, hot peppers, and tomatillos.
those are those little green things
Yeah.
that's got like the
The
paper
little
around
you
it.
gotta peel it out to get them
Yeah.
in the middle. Yeah. So
But
all those have nicotine.
who
in
knew?
it. Yeah.
What's an NG, though? It says nicotine content.
I don't know if that's nanogram or there's milligrams and, it's a European measuring system, right?
That's just, yeah, right. But that just blew me away when I heard that.
Yep. Yeah, we got talking about nicotine pouches, and
Well,
I said, did you know?
gum and
Yeah.
those pouch things. And
Yeah. So for all those that like eggplant, maybe crave eggplant.
now you know why you crave eggplant.
Maybe it's the nicotine in it.
It's nicotine withdrawal
Yes.
from not eating
Right?
eggplant.
Right?
Now, what would happen if you were like a chain smoker and then you ate this stuff?
Well, this level of nicotine is not, like I said, it's not the same as a cigarette. So I don't think it's going to
It's just
put you
weird.
over the edge. But
Who knew? Tobacco's a plant.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
Yeah. Tobacco
just
leaves.
bizarre. I just find that really, really bizarre.
So if you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Right?
Yeah, the Texas Supreme Court. So with the whole Texas thing, with these bozos that ran away so they couldn't vote.
Right. Didn't have to vote.
Right. Yeah. So I don't understand why they didn't stay and just vote present. Like, what's the point?
It doesn't make news to do that, I guess. They don't get their faces, their mugs on the news
Because
screen.
the thing's gonna pass.
Right. Everything they do is to be on the nightly news. Have you noticed that?
Absolutely.
It's not to make our lives better. It's so that they can be on, the 7 p.m. newscast, a 45-second clip. And,
Yeah, everything is clips now.
Yeah.
Just sound bites.
Yep.
But Greg Abbott and his AG went to the Texas Supreme Court and filed to get them, expel them from office. So he could appoint people.
Right.
So he was saying that they abandoned
their seats.
Seats.
Yeah.
So the Supreme Court of Texas will not rule for weeks on this lawsuit. I guess they're giving them time to either come back or who knows what.
Or the Supreme Court's on recess and they're at the beach.
Whatever they're doing. So the governor and attorney general have asked the court to find that Democratic lawmakers abandoned their seats when they left Texas to delay the congressional redistricting. So the court said that they have a proposed deadline or timeline setting a 3-week period of briefings from both sides. To me, this is just a waste of time.
Right.
And resources and money.
It's like delaying on purpose almost.
Pretty much.
They probably don't want to make a ruling because then they're going to be in the spotlight. So maybe they don't want to have to make a ruling. But it would be interesting to see if, because they did leave at the time that they decide that they're going to make a ruling or at least hear the case or whatever, if it's retro, can they still
I don't know.
determine that they abandoned their seats?
I don't know.
And then he gets to a point?
They have three weeks, a 3-week period of briefings, right? And then they're saying that the court is being expedited. To me, 3 weeks that's not expedited. Tomorrow's expedited. Right.
Or by the end of the week or whatever.
Something.
Yeah.
But they're anticipating final responses to be filed on September 4th, more than 2 weeks after the current special session is set to end.
The wheels of justice.
I'm telling you, it's just all of this stuff just blows me away.
It's crazy.
To me, it's right here.
Right.
And yet they're playing games.
Right.
Even the Supreme Court of Texas is playing games. Why?
Well, that's just the way that it's been set up. They played a game. Basically, that's all it is, a game. Right?
Yeah, but you're wasting money.
Yes.
You're wasting everybody's time. You're playing with the citizens of Texas.
And it's being thrown in their face, the people that don't agree with it. Obviously, the people that agree with it, they love it.
I guess.
So it's almost like a way just to keep the fighting amongst the civilians, to keep it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. I mean, it just, it keeps it in the news and keeps people hating each other.
Yeah. Right.
And that's all this nonsense.
Yep.
I mean, it's just
it's the same thing with everything else. It's whether it's, abortion or whatever, just all growing up till just recently, you don't hear about it too much anymore. I mean, that's all it was. Every election cycle was about
abortion.
Yeah. And
speaking of which, did you see in the news today that it was an elderly couple, got beat up outside. They were pro-lifers, and they got beat up outside an abortion clinic.
I did see the...
the guy that beat them up got a slap on the wrist or a slap on the hand from the judge and was let go.
They don't. It's got to be money. It's got to be money. That's all it is.
This is wrong.
These people got to be paid off.
No, but I mean, if you assault somebody like that,
no, I'm talking about the judge.
You should be doing jail time.
They got to be on somebody's payroll, whether it's somebody that's influencing the DNC or the DNC, or I'm hearing a lot about this Act Blue too.
Now, what is that?
Act Blue is supposedly a fundraising site for Democrats,
right,
for elections.
Okay.
But they're digging into it really deep, and they're finding all kinds of nonsense.
And I'm sure the Republicans have the same thing.
Absolutely. But it just I mean, growing up, you looked at politicians as
they were up here.
Yeah, but also they were not the most honest people. Politics was
it's dirty.
Right. So, and it was really well known that that's the way it is. So, if you don't hold them to accountability, it's just going to get worse.
Making deals in smoke-filled rooms.
That's right. So, I mean, then that's where we're at today. We're on the cusp of losing our country to they're rich, and the rest of the country has been, you have the higher income and the lower income. It's just been doing this where everybody's going to be equal pretty soon.
We've discussed this before, but if any of you know out there, please, in the comments, how does somebody who makes $174,000 a year as a congressperson wind up a multimillionaire within a year?
Well, because they know the inside shtick. It's a game. That's what it is. They got the inside. It's like they make a big deal about cheating on betting, or get casinos that are they think you're
counting cards
or something, and you're out. Yet we've got people running our nation that are basically doing the same thing.
Absolutely, and it's legal. Insider trading is actually legal,
right? And they made it legal. They passed it. So when you give the criminals,
but if we did that,
the key to the prison,
in jail.
It's kind of like, what do you expect?
I think we should go back to the way it was back in the late 1700s, when it was a part-time job for these guys.
Yes, absolutely.
They come to Washington, or they come to the Capitol and do their business, and then they go home to their regular job. Mm-hmm. That's the way it should be, with just a stipend for
showing up and doing it.
Not a career.
Correct. And that's what they've done.
They're supposed to be public servants, not career.
30, 40 years.
Or more.
And the country has gotten worse. Obviously, there's something wrong.
I mean, is Mitch McConnell done yet?
Oh, I don't know. That's another one I haven't seen.
Yeah, where's he at?
It's like Weekend at Mitch's.
No, seriously, where's he been?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he said he wasn't going to run again.
Probably staring off into space somewhere. Maybe him and Biden are.
Maybe.
Got a room at the old politician's home.
Sharing a drool cup?
Yeah.
And then like Bernie Sanders. I mean, give it up already, dude.
Right. But again, they're famous. They're on TV all the time.
The guy's never had a real job, ever.
No, yeah, I know. Well,
same thing with Schmuckles.
They're reality TV stars. That's all I can say. It's all scripted. They go in, and that's what happened. You get the young ones that are new. What do? They take them in there. They orientate them and tell them how it's going to be. This is what way it goes. I think there's either I heard about like this lavish trip. They take them wherever, and
Epstein
like
Island?
a vacation. And it's supposed to be part of the orientation and getting used to everything and whatever. But they're just kind of getting them used to how it's going to be here, and this is what you can, what you can't do, and it's just
it should go back to being a part-time job.
Yeah,
my Podpinion.
Yep.
I agree. Just wrong.
I agree, but like you keep saying, those people that can determine that are the ones that are
they're running the show.
Right.
It's like we can't win.
So
and same thing like with term limits. I mean, we should have term limits,
right?
But who's going to vote for the term limits? Right. Them, right. And they're never going to vote themselves out.
No, of course not. That's craziness. Who would even think
that's
about
the cash
that?
cow? I mean, you're throwing away the cash cow.
Yeah, right.
These pensions that they get are ridiculous.
Oh yeah, but why do they need a pension if they're going to stay there till they die? That's a good question, right? Because it's not just them; it's their families, and so after they're gone, then we're going to pay for them.
Do the families, like, does the spouse get that pension?
I would imagine.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. They do everything else. Why wouldn't they put that clause in?
Unbelievable. We should look into that.
Yeah. See how far down.
No,
it goes.
I mean, some of these pensions are ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, full medical. They've got it. They've got everything they need, and they're supposed to be there working for us. So
they don't have Obamacare.
No.
So, interesting. And I don't believe they get Social Security either.
Probably not. Well, I don't know. If they actually had a job, then they would pay into the Social Security. But I don't know that that type of job is considered a job because they're doing a
public service
because it's elected. So
yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting.
Be funny if they got that as well.
Well, I know some politicians.
They should get it. That's what they should get. They should get
Social Security.
And then I guarantee you, within the next election cycle,
it'll all change.
It would all get fixed.
Right.
So
I mean, I know they're now deceased, but there was a couple politicians I knew that were double dipping.
Mm-hmm.
So the one was Secretary of State of New Jersey, and she was an assemblywoman first, retired, gets a pension, becomes Secretary of State, new salary, new pension. Hires her husband as her secretary, both places.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that amazing?
4 pensions, ladies and gentlemen, 4. Count them 4.
They always seem to work in their spouses or family.
Whatever happened?
The experts.
Who was the congresswoman that was it the daughter or something? That went away. Remember the house thing?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I don't remember exactly who it was, but I do remember the judge in the New York case for Trump. The daughter was part of
maybe that was what I'm
group.
Thinking of.
Yeah.
And it was like all kinds of weirdness going on.
Yeah. It was complete, nonsense. And the taxpayer ends up funding the bill. And it's crazy. So
how much did that whole mess cost? The taxpayers of the United States and
they're not going to disclose that. Why would they disclose that?
The only ones that won on that one were the lawyers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So when Trump talks about eliminating income tax, he's basically, yes, it's going to help the citizens, but he's also defunding all the corruption that's there.
Right.
Because they're not going to be making the tax dollars. So if it goes from the internal revenue to the external revenue, now instead of the citizens paying taxes to fund all this corruption, now they're going to have to, one, go to other countries and make deals because it's going to be external from the tariffs, but they can't really change. They can't really make deals with other countries without being
right
in trouble for making deals with other, heads of state or whatever, it's not their job. So it's going to be very interesting if the tariffs keep going the way they're going, because that's what happened before income tax was actually invented.
Right. It was all tariffs.
It was all tariffs. And you can look at the boom that the country made back then, between the railroad and, gold rush and all this stuff.
Steel, everything.
Steel, cities being built, highways. Now, some of this stuff happened after taxes, but when you look at the beginning and just the Industrial Revolution that took place, it's pretty amazing that we have an electric grid that is ready to fall apart. And
I can't believe that.
Billions of dollars of taxes that we're paying, and we're losing fiber optic cable, and what was there? How many $1 billion for the chargers for the electric cars?
Ridiculous.
I think there was like 9, something like that, stations, something like that. It's crazy. Yep.
So we got some hitherto unknown facts. Instead of what happened to, we're going to change it up a little bit, right? So these are disproven facts or commonly held misconceptions.
Okay, cool.
So everybody is under the assumption that the Great Wall of China is the only man-made object visible from outer space.
Okay.
That's what everybody, I was taught that in school too. Right. Well, it's a myth. So while it's very long, its construction material is the same color as the surrounding landscape.
Okay.
So it's actually hard to spot, and cities with lights are easier to see than the Great Wall of China. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Not that you care, but
no.
It's just the hitherto unknown fact.
Right.
And then, did you know that different parts of the tongue, well, this is a myth, right? Different parts of the tongue detect different tastes. Myth.
Yeah,
that's a myth.
Always heard that.
It's a myth. The tongue map theory, which assigns specific areas of the tongue to taste like sweet, sour, bitter, and salty, has been debunked. So all taste buds located all over the tongue can taste all of those things.
Okay. So the ones that put the hole in it and they split it and all that, they can still taste.
Have you ever seen those people? That's just, they're like lizard people. It is absolutely, it must be rough to play the
trumpet. You can lick your lips and pick your nose at the same time.
Play two horns at the same time. So Christopher Columbus, another one. This is a myth that was debunked. He was trying to prove the earth was round. This is also untrue. The ancient Greeks already established that. That was like centuries before he even was born.
Okay.
So
they established it. Yeah, I've heard things that he was looking for a route, an easier route or something.
I think he was just looking for good pizza.
Yeah, that could be.
That's my guess.
New York wasn't invented yet, right?
Yeah, right. So, and here's another big myth. There's a hitherto unknown fact. Everybody thinks Napoleon Bonaparte was a short guy. Guess what? He wasn't.
Really?
No. He was, everybody thinks he was like this little dude. He was associated with the whole Napoleon complex, short people, right? He was actually taller than the average man of his time. He was standing at 5 feet 7 inches.
Wow.
I thought the guy was 5'3" or something.
Yeah, like 5'2", 5'3", something like that.
Nope.
Wow.
Like normal size.
Did not know that.
No.
And with the hat, he was probably almost 6 foot.
Yeah, right. That weird hat that he wore in the jacket. And then there was a thing that Vikings wore horned helmets. And remember, Hager the Horrible?
Yes.
We still have to get a Sunday paper.
We were just talking about that. We got to get a Sunday paper. We keep forgetting. It's like we get here and it's like we forgot the Sunday paper.
Right. So everybody thinks Vikings wore these horned helmets. Well, guess what? They didn't. This all started in Richard Wagner's opera.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
No kidding.
It was a costume thing.
Wow.
In an opera. Can you believe it?
Does it say why they came up with that?
No. No.
No.
But it was in 1876, in
Wow.
one of Richard Wagner's operas, that they started wearing these horned helmets like Hager the Horrible.
Right. Wow.
Is that funny?
Yeah.
So there's no archaeological evidence that Vikings wore horned helmets.
Well,
So some showbiz guy,
there's
and there you go. For a couple hundred years, right?
another the original reality TV show.
Right. Absolutely. So here's some really cool stuff. Did you know that French fries can increase the risk of type 2 diabetes?
Well, I would imagine because it's the oil.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right.
And it can like actually increase your chances by 20%.
Right. We should look into when they changed the oil, because it was what was the
Before they
name
were
of that
using
fat?
they were using not lard,
Right. It's along
beef
those lines.
tallow.
Beef tallow. Well, at that point in time is, I think, when they are starting to look back, is when they're seeing the diabetes trend
interesting.
rise.
Because I remember as a kid, like McDonald's French fries tasted completely different
yeah.
than they do now.
Right. But even fried food, or
Oh, who I was talking to somebody today about, we were talking about diabetes. Who was it? Anyhow, we were talking about diabetes. And I said, when we were kids, I don't remember that many people having diabetes.
no, right,
I mean, it's like, if you heard about it, it's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
right.
Now it's like every other person you
Yeah.
run into, they're either pre-diabetic or they're
Yeah.
diabetic or they're insulin dependent.
No, but if you look at the ingredients on everything's got the vegetable, type of vegetable oil that they call vegetable oil, but it's really just refined down to slick stuff that has color added to it.
And we're ingesting
Yeah.
that. Ugh.
And that's all. That's why you go on the shelf and you look at all the colors, and it doesn't change color because it's
That's kind of
basically-
gross.
right?
Well, what's interesting about the oil thing is I bought one of those flat top grills, right? So in order to season it, it says to fry bacon on the thing, right? And then you spread it around, and then you burn off the fat from the bacon, or you can use tallow, beef tallow, or whatever. They tell you, do not use vegetable oils.
No kidding.
You want to use like high heat type of oil, like avocado oil is okay.
oil, right?
Olive oil is okay.
They should just add in the air fryers avocado.
Oh, really?
Yeah, avocado oil.
Well, it's got a high
Yeah,
flash
it doesn't
point or
smoke
something.
as much.
Right.
Yeah.
But stay away from all the vegetable oils because they're bad for you.
Right,
And they
right.
don't season the steel as well.
So they probably just burn off and
Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it once, and it was like, whoa, this is a mistake.
Right.
And it smelled awful. And then the food cooked on that didn't taste as good. So I had to start all over again. And
Well, if you know anybody that works for one of these make-believe butter companies,
I can't believe it's not butter. Ugh.
no, you get all the margarines and stuff. I worked with a guy that used to work for one of
really?
them, and he's
Bad
like,
news, huh?
Yeah, it's not
Would
good.
he eat it?
No,
Did he get a company discount?
not even with the discount.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah.
So here's another hitherto an unknown fact. Antarctica's blood falls are stained red by iron-rich saltwater from an ancient subglacial lake.
Really?
Who knew? I didn't even know there were lakes in Antarctica.
No. So it must be below the
Yeah.
where it freezes.
Yep.
Just like any other lake, I guess. Well, I guess the ground is a certain temperature. You get down so far, and what's it maintain? It's 50, 52 degrees
Something
or something.
like
I
that.
know I'm taking tours in school in the coal mine and
Oh, I
stuff.
love it. Or those caverns.
Yeah. And it's, it maintains a certain degree.
temperature.
So it must be, the ground underneath the water is going to be that temperature, I would imagine. So there's got to be.
Yeah, right. Alexander the Great was likely buried alive. Scientists believe he suffered from Guillain-Barré syndrome, a neurological disorder causing paralysis.
Wow.
So
You're paralyzed when he got Shoved it in the hole. Huh?
Yep.
Well, they used to, back in the day, they had the, I forget what they were called. They had a guy that would check the graves, and they had a candle or a bell.
Oh, yeah, to see if a little bell inside the casket.
Yeah. And they would, I forget what, there was an actual
No,
name.
there was a string that went into the casket and the bell was above ground.
Right. Yes. But there was an actual, that was their job, is to make sure that the bells weren't ringing. You know.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That'd be creepy.
Yeah.
Being
But I mean,
buried
that's the way
alive
it
like
was. Yeah. And then I guess they've had, I don't know whether they've, excavated them up or extracted them, but they've found coffins with, nail marks in them and stuff like that. So, pretty crazy.
Did you know, hitherto an unknown fact, ketchup was once sold as a medicine in the late 1830s?
I did know that.
Did you really?
Yes. Well, I looked up the history
cheated.
of the ketchup. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We were looking up ketchup ingredients and whatnot.
And before they turned it into a condiment.
That's right. It was a medicine.
Yes.
You knew that.
Yeah.
Did you know that Australia is wider than the moon?
That I didn't know. No.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
See, if you ever go on Jeopardy, you have all this totally useless knowledge now.
That's right. Yes.
What
we
else?
don't take checks, so just
Let's see here. Scientists have found protein fragments from the COVID-19 virus in the blood of long COVID patients, which may serve as a potential biomarker for the condition. So it's interesting.
So say that again.
So scientists have found protein fragments from the COVID-19 virus in the blood of long COVID patients.
Gotcha. Okay.
So like there was a whole thing about, you get COVID and then people will still have like memory issues and whatnot, like a year or two later. And they were poo-pooing it at first, but now
it's showing
up.
That, because I didn't have it bad. And it was only like 3 days. I got really tired, but I did lose my sense of smell, taste. I couldn't eat like lemon chicken. I couldn't even touch for like 6 weeks. It was horrible. I couldn't even.
Now, when did you get it? Early on?
No, it came out, I guess it was probably about 6 months in, something like that. But like I said, I didn't have a cough. I didn't have fever. I didn't even know I was sick. I thought I had like a allergy. And it was almost like, you dive in the water and the water shoots up your nose. You're not clogged, but you got that feeling that that's all.
But
my memory and the fog,
I know,
that was real.
We just saw it.
Yeah.
You completely faked it.
I know. It's still active. Yeah.
Long COVID. Yeah,
that's a good excuse. I'll go with that.
Here's one that I did not know about. And there was a woman by the name of Claudette Colvin. Actually, she was a 15-year-old girl. She refused to give up her bus seat to a white woman in Montgomery, Alabama.
That wasn't Rosa Parks?
No, it was 9 months before Rosa Parks did it.
Wow.
Never heard a word about it.
No.
Now, what's that all about?
Right. Very
I'm curious about that one.
Yeah.
That I just... Then in 1518 in Strasbourg, there was a thing called the dancing plague. So some woman began dancing uncontrollably, and people just started doing it along with her for no reason. They just joined in. I mean, I'm sure she had some kind of mental illness or something, and I guess that's
why. You always wait for the first one to get on the dance floor at a wedding or something.
Yeah, right. But it became this dancing epidemic, evidently, in 1518.
Maybe that's how those. Remember, you in the 50s or whatever, you saw the dance marathons.
Yeah, right. There you go. But this was in 1518.
But there was no music. It was just dancing.
Kind of weird. Then there was the Great Emu War of 1932.
Great Emu War.
Emu. The emu looks like an ostrich.
It's a commercial. What's the one, the insurance with the...
what is that, Liberty Mutual or something?
Something like that, yeah.
So Australian farmers faced an emu invasion. and soldiers from the Australian Army. This
Really?
is 1932. Yes, were sent to combat them.
Really?
Yes, and it didn't work. The emus won. Can you just visualize this? Like the Australian Army is like fighting emus. So I guess the Kangaroo War would be next.
Yeah.
Right?
The great
Or
koala.
the wallaby
Great
war.
koala uprising.
It's like unbelievable. Then, if you think that's wacky, right? There was a great molasses flood in 1919. A massive tank containing molasses burst in Boston. Releasing a wave of the sticky
Molasses.
substance that caused deaths.
Really?
Yeah. And injuries. Can you imagine?
Wow.
How big was this tank?
Death by molasses.
Can you imagine? This is just bizarre stuff, man.
That's crazy.
Then this one's really bizarre. The cadaver synod in the year 897 AD was a deceased pope, right? Formosus was the guy's name. He was exhumed, dressed in his papal robes, and put on trial for alleged crime. They dug the guy up to like try him in court. You believe this?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, right.
In the courtroom.
So evidently it was some bizarre event highlighted the political struggles within the Catholic Church at the time. So I guess they were fighting amongst themselves then too.
All right.
Weird. I mean, really weird. And then the shortest war in history, hitherto an unknown fact. The Anglo-Zanzibar War in 1896 lasted a mere 38 minutes.
Really?
That's it. 38 minutes.
Wow.
What started it? Who knows?
I wonder how long the Emu War went.
I don't know, but that one really made me laugh.
I mean, how did it's like we got to look into that.
Yeah,
Just see what.
I mean, this could be all
circumstances
total
were.
nonsense, but
Well,
I was doing some research, and it's like this stuff was popping up. It's like, wow, that's weird.
And where did they hide before they decided?
Yeah, right.
To take
Where'd they
over?
come from?
Yeah, right. The great hatching of
Emu eggs?
eggs. Yeah,
I don't know.
1932.
Yeah, is that bizarre?
Yeah, that's something.
And I've seen like videos, on social media where kangaroos like go popping up onto a golf course or something and like freak everybody out.
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing about the, I think it was in China, certain times or the rats like explode and like they open the doors of the grain silos or the grain storage areas and it's just like
Exploded
thousands of rats and
Ugh.
But it has to do with the environment and the weather being
So wait a minute,
exactly
the rats
right.
actually explode?
No.
Oh, because I was thinking
the population explodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking they ate the grain.
No.
It fermented in their stomach.
What was
and
that
it blew
movie
up.
with remember that movie with the Martians? They played the music or something and their heads exploded.
No, but that's what I thought. They were eating the grain. It fermented in their stomach and then they blew up.
Right. No, it was their population exploded.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
You
They're
weren't
just everywhere.
You were being vague.
Yes. Well, it's that COVID long thing.
Yeah, right. Not long COVID.
Long COVID.
Not
See,
COVID long.
I didn't even remember that.
That's right. Oh, man. Well, another night,
Yeah.
another episode,
Another round of Podpinions.
and hitherto an unknown facts.
Yes, exactly. See, you learn stuff. They won't teach them in
School.
school,
No,
so we'll teach you here.
absolutely.
Tune
It's a
in.
learning experience.
Yes, exactly. For all of us.
And a laugh, I hope.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to call it a night.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Slam the follow button. This is Podpinions.